Well, that's me back in Riverwood.
Same as you?
Hopefully I can pick up all of my stuff again.
Keep working hard like you've been doing, and you could be the greatest blacksmith Skyrim has ever seen.
Thanks, Papa.
That's nice. Anyway, I did pick up some stuff, didn't I? When I was in there, I didn't really have time to go through it all. Too busy running. Dragon investigation. Current status. First emissary Ellenwyn. We anticipate a breakthrough in our efforts to uncover the party or power behind the dragon resurrection phenomenon. An informant has identified a possible lead, whom we have brought back to the embassy for a full interrogation. The subject is obstinate, but by all indications is holding back the information we seek. I have authorized immediate manual uncoiling. I do not expect more will be necessary unless you feel time presses. I know you prefer to be present for the final questioning. I will inform you immediately when the subject is fully receptive. 2 days should tell the tale. In the meantime, if you wish to audit our technique, your expertise is welcome, as always. I have placed a prisoner in the cell closest to your office stairs, for your convenience. Rolindel, 3rd Emissary. Okay. Well, I never read this, but there's my invitation. Anyway. I have a spell to... I already know that, don't I? I think I do. Right. Status. Active. Capture or kill. High priority. Emissary level approval. Description. Female, Breton, mid-50s. Background. Delphine was a high priority target during the First War, for both operational and political reasons. She was directly involved in several of the most damaging operations carried out by the Blades within the Dominion. She had been identified and was slated for the initial purge, but by bad luck was recalled to Citadel just before the outbreak of hostilities. During the war, she evaded 3 attempts in her life, in one case killing an entire assassination team. Since then, we have only indirect evidence of her movements, as she has proven extremely alert to our surveillance. She should be considered very dangerous, and no move against her should be made without overwhelming force and the most careful preparation. Operational notes. She is believed to still be working actively against us within Skyrim, although we have no location on her. Assumed to be working alone as no other Blades are known to be active in Skyrim, and she has in the past avoided contact with other fugitive Blades for her own security, one of the reasons she has so far evaded elimination. Her continued existence is an affront to us all. Any information on her whereabouts or activities should be immediately forwarded to the 3rd Emissary. Ooh, so Delphine's a major person of interest. What about this, Esbern character that we have here? Status. Fugitive. Capture only. Highest priority. Emissary level approval. Description. Male. Nord. Late 70s. Background. Esbern was one of the Blade's lore masters prior to the First War against the Empire. He was not a field agent, but is now believed to have been behind some of the most damaging operations carried out by the Blades during the pre-war years, including the Felinesti incident and the breach of the Blue River prison. His file has remained dormant for many years, an inexcusable error on the part of my predecessor. He has been recalled to Alinor for punishment and re-education. In the erroneous belief that he was unlikely to pose a threat due to his advanced age and lack of field experience. A salutary reminder to all operational levels that no Blades agent should be considered low priority for any reason. All are to be found in justice exacted upon them. Operational notes. As we are still in the dark as to the cause and meaning of the return of the dragons, I have made capturing Esbern our top priority, as he is known to be one of the experts in dragon lore of the Blades. Regrettably, we have yet to match their expertise in the subject of dragons, which was derived from their Akaviri origins and is still far superior to our own, which remains largely theoretical. The archives of the Cloud Ruler Temple, which is believed to have been the primary repository of the oldest Blade's lore, were largely destroyed during the siege, and although great effort has been made to reconstruct what was lost, it now appears that most of the records related to dragons were either removed or destroyed prior to our attack. Thus, Esbern remains our best opportunity to learn how and why the dragons have returned. It cannot be ruled out that the Blades themselves are somehow connected to the dragon's return. We have recently obtained solid information that Esbern is still alive and hiding somewhere in Riften. Interrogation of a possible eyewitness is ongoing. We must proceed carefully to avoid Esbern becoming alerted to his danger. If he is indeed in Riften, he must not be given an opportunity to flee. And they've even got a dossier on Ulfric Stormcloak, Killer of Kings. Asset, uncooperative, dormant, emissary level approval. Description, Jarl of Windhelm, leader of Stormcloak Rebellion, Imperial Legion veteran. Background, Ulfric first came to our attention during the First War against the Empire, when he was taken as a prisoner of war during the campaign for the White Gold Tower. Under interrogation we learned of his potential value, son of the Jarl of Windhelm, and he was assigned as an asset to the interrogator who is now First Emissary Elenwyn. He was made to believe information obtained during his interrogation was crucial in the capture of the Imperial City. The city had in fact fallen before he had broken, and then allowed to escape. After the war, contact was established and he was proven his worth as an asset. The so-called Markarth incident was particularly valuable from the point of view of our strategic goals in Skyrim, although it resulted in Ulfric becoming generally uncooperative to direct contact. Operational notes. Direct contact remains a possibility under extreme circumstances, but in general the asset should be considered dormant. As long as the Civil War proceeds in its current indecisive fashion, we should remain hands-off. The incident at Helgen is an example where an exception had to be made. Obviously Ulfric's death would have dramatically increased the chance of an Imperial victory and thus harmed our overall position in Skyrim. Note, the coincidental intervention of the dragon at Helgen is still under scrutiny. The obvious conclusion is that whoever is behind the dragons also has an interest in the continuation of the war, but we should not assume therefore that their own goals align with our own. A Stormcloak victory is also to be avoided, however, so even indirect aid to the Stormcloaks must be carefully managed. There you go. Diplomatic immunity turned up quite a lot. Quite surprised by everything I've learned, really. Quite surprised that Delphine's in her 50s. Anyway, diplomatic immunity, talk to Delphine. It seems that things are worse. Dragons are just coming, they're being resurrected. Delphine suspects that Thalmor may be bringing dragons back. With the help of her contact Malborn, I infiltrated, and I've learned that the Thalmor are just as in the dark, and they're searching for Esbern. Anyway, I want my stuff back. Give me my stuff back, woman. Got my potions and all my gold and...
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors.
Good one, yeah, the Imperials.
We drink to
Nice
our
one.
youth, to days coming on.
In we go.
Age of aggression is just
You made it out
about
alive,
done.
at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised.
Drive out the storm
Did you learn
cloaks and
anything
restore
useful?
what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take
Really?
back our home.
That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that?
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
Esbern?
Day of
He's
your
alive?
death, we will drink
I thought the
in
Thalmor
this
must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons. You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought. Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. it's where I'd go. You'd better get to Riften. Ask around the Ragged Flagon in the Ratway. It's at least a good starting point. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to trust you. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means.
Okay. A cornered rat. How appropriate, seeing as we're going to the Ratway.
The Blades have always guarded and guided the Dragonborn, but we'd forgotten why. Now our purpose is clear. I'm all that's left of the Blades, and you're the Dragonborn. Together, we're going to stop these dragons if we have to put every last one of them back in the ground.
Here we go. This is the story of the Blades. I think it should be detailed enough.
The Thalmor happened. They've been hunting down every blade they can find for the past 30 years. Thanks to the White Gold Concordat, they've been able to operate throughout the Empire with impunity. The Great War. Only 30 years passed and already ancient history to most people. Seems to me like it just ended. It's never really ended for me. But to answer your question, the White Gold Concordat was the fancy name they put on the peace treaty between the Empire and the Thalmor. It ended the war and saved the Empire to fight another day. Also trampled on the sacred name of Talos, and gave the Thalmor free rein to stamp out Talos worship throughout the Empire.
Who are the Thalmor? Oh, well, I suppose I should ask it. If I don't know by now, though, for God's sake.
There's no simple answer to that. You want the long version or the short version?
Yeah.
They're the High Elves that rule the Eldmeri Dominion. Sworn enemies of the Empire and everything it stands for. 30 years ago, they invaded the Empire and came close to destroying it. They smashed the Blades in the process. Since then, they've been working to weaken the Empire any way they can.
Cool, thanks. Is my stuff here? No.
What do you need, Dragonborn?
I need my stuff back, woman. You took it all, remember? Aha! Everything is... yeah, everything's still here. Cool. And I have a lot of stuff. Oh, carrying too much.
We've stopped. What is it?
Right, anyway. Before I trade anything,
Lead on then.
a cornered rat. I've still got all of these ones to do. Oh, still got to go back, tell that kid I've killed that old woman. Taking care of business. The Ragged Flagon. Ah, right, yeah. Well, I'll go and talk to him at the same time if I'm going for a cornered rat. Become a member of the Thieves Guild. Yes, many things to do. I'll be back in Riften next, though. Just got to give all this crap over to Uthgard. Just before I leave here, though, I didn't even notice this sitting on the table. A map of dragon burials. I'm totally picking that up. Anyway, now I'm out of here.